Hey, I'm Chase, and this is All Things Random. Today, we're doing a watch build. Today, we're going to be turning my pilot's watch into a Panerai Homage. Now, this pilot's watch, I actually cased myself last year when I was really into putting watches together myself. I sort of took a break and I just started collecting watches and doing random things on this channel, reviews, electronics, and stuff like that. So this is my first attempt at doing this Panerai Homage. Let's get into it. All right, so forgive the echo now that we're here and we're gonna do this watch build. So I'm gonna show you just how easy it is to turn this watch into, I guess, a Panerai Homage, because I really love Panerai. Parnas makes Panerai Homages that are pretty cheap. However, I like to do things myself. I like to case watch movements myself. I just find it really cool. So we're gonna take this and put it into this, but I'll show you the parts that I have right now. Here are the hands I'm going to be using. Now, it's very important. I'm not touching anything with my hands. The oils of your hands will ruin watch parts. So I'm going to put on gloves in just a second, but I'm just pulling out the parts right now. Don't ever touch watch parts with your hand. A few things. I'm going to be using this hand puller. This basic toolkit that I got from Lowe's. Cobalt is their brand. I bought these. These are going to be pushers for the hands. I bought those on eBay. Okay, now I've already loosened the case back on this. So again, we're going to be putting this movement, this Seagull 6497, I guess you could say, or Chinese movement. I don't know if it's Seagull, but an ETA clone of the 6497 in this. So I've already loosened up this case back. Now, I don't have a lot of things that I should have. I don't have a cushion to put the movement on or anything like that. This is all just going to be done with exactly what I have here. So there's a small screw right here that you're going to need to turn, and then it will allow you to pull out. Now, a lot of people don't tell you about this screw. You actually have to go on and look. But right there is this is the, a lot of times, like the ETA 2824s is just a small little thing to push in. This is not the same. And there it comes out. So now that we have that out, there is a screw right here. A screw right here and a screw right here. These hold the movement in the watch. We're going to remove those. Okay, so now I should be able to just rotate this around, not touching the balance wheel there, and it should just fall out. There you go. Next, we're going to remove the hands right here, and we're going to use this, but you need a little card to make sure you don't scratch the dial. Come right off. Next, we'll do this tiny little seconds hand. So I'm going to move the hands back to the 12 first. If this had a date, you would put it just at the midnight where the date would switch over. Is just placed on like that. Uses these little pins to keep it in place. They go right there. This, the way this works is, so now this hooks on to the hands and the center sort of pushes it out. So we're gonna use this. Again, this is like $3 on eBay. So now we're gonna put the dial on. You wanna make sure, again, you have gloves for all of this. Don't touch a dial. Don't touch a movement with your bare hands. Fits on perfectly. Okay, so next we're just gonna take out the hands. Be careful not to lose them. These things are tiny. Okay, move the dial. So the dial, now first what we're gonna do is put the dial on this and the hands from here back on this. These right here are dial hand pushers to help push them on. So there's holes in each one that allow the surface area just enough to go around the outside of the ring and press it on, allowing the center here to go up into the tool so you can press it on far enough. Here's the second hand. Now these are upside down right now. You can see the loom on the bottom. These things are very delicate and fragile, so try not to manhandle them. Now because this doesn't have a date, and I don't have to worry about a date wheel changing over, I'm just gonna place these at 12 and 12 hands and then put the second hand on. Okay, so there's one. Small. The pin is so small it has to go in this tiny little hole. Okay, now let's do the second hand, which is very small and extremely, this is the hardest. let's check the function. Functionality of it real quick. Okay, make sure the okay. Now, the case in which it will be encased. So I've never actually, this is the first time I've ever done this before. I know I gotta remove this. I gotta make sure, first I need to remove this crown from this crown stem. The crown stem, hopefully, we're going to fits with this and I don't have to buy a new crown stem. Because I didn't. Okay, so there it is, secured in the case. So here is a watch strap from Archer Straps that I got for this watch specifically. Now, I really wanted to go rubber sports strap, so that's what I ordered. Was just a 24 millimeter rubber strap just to put on the watch. Now, here it is on my wrist. Even though it is 44 millimeters in diameter, it actually fits my 7¼ inch wrist very nicely. I actually like the way it looks. I think it fits very well. It is extremely comfortable. And here is just a quick overview so you can sort of see how it looks completely done. Has that high polished case. I really like the way the back looks on this. It just screams like it's a lot more expensive than what it is. I think the movement and everything else, total cost of this is probably $120. Now, other than the crown stem, which should be here in about a week and a half, the entire watch was relatively easy to put together. The only frustration I really had through the entire thing was, of course, placing the hands on the dial and not the large hour or minute hand, but, you know, the tiny second hand. Now, I plan on doing a full review on this watch after I put the crown stem in, you know, in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. Now, if you like videos like this, hit that subscribe button down below and leave a comment of the content you guys would like to see next. This is not going to be my last watch build video. I really enjoyed taking apart and putting these things together. I have an ETA 2824 in a dive watch that I'm going to take out and recase in something else. If you guys have any ideas, leave a comment down below. Hit those notification bells so you can be notified when I release my next video. Until next time.